1 month ago, I decided to change my life. It wasn't a grand announcement. There were no cameras, no cheering crowds, and certainly no results to show for it. Just me in this black hoodie, sitting in a dark room with the blue light of a laptop screen reflecting off my eyes. I looked at the numbers. 0 views, 0 subscribers, 0 recognition. It is a heavy feeling, isn't it? To put your heart into something and have the world respond with absolute silence. You start to wonder if the universe is trying to tell you something. You start to wonder if you are just delusional. Most people quit right here. They see the mountain, they see how far the peak is, and they decide the climb isn't worth the breath. They look at the analytics and they see a wall. But what if that wall isn't there to stop you? What if it is there to see how badly you want it? I watched the bigger creators. I saw the people who had already made it, living the life I dreamed of. And for a second, I felt behind. I felt like the clock was ticking and I was standing still. The pressure of modern life is a suffocating thing. It tells you that if you haven't made it by 25, you have failed. It tells you that if it isn't instant, it isn't real. But then something shifted. I realized that the noise of the world was drowning out the signal of my own potential. I closed the social media tabs. I stopped looking at what everyone else was doing, and I started looking at what I could build. I opened the AI tools again. Not as a magic button to make money overnight, but as the most powerful leverage human history has ever seen. I realized that for the first time in history, one person with a laptop and an internet connection has the power of an entire studio, an entire marketing team, and an entire research department at their fingertips. So I started learning, really learning. I spent the nights when everyone else was sleeping, diving deep into the prompts, the algorithms, and the creative workflows. I failed. I failed a lot. I made videos that nobody watched. I edited projects that went nowhere. But I didn't stop. Because small progress is still progress. A 1% improvement every day is a total transformation by the end of the year. I traded my sleep for my future. I traded my comfort for my calling. The coffee got cold. The rain hit the window. The clock ticked away the hours of my youth. But I wasn't wasting them. I was investing them. There is a certain kind of peace you find in the grind. A clarity that only comes when you stop chasing motivation and start leaning on discipline. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fickle. They change with the weather. But discipline? Discipline is a choice. It is the decision to show up when you are tired, when you are bored, and when you are certain that nothing is working. I started walking through the city at night, watching the lights, watching the people. I saw them huddled over their phones, scrolling endlessly, consuming the dreams of others while their own dreams sat on a shelf gathering dust. They were losing the only currency that truly matters, time. And in that moment, I knew I was on the right path. Because while they scroll, you build. While they complain about the economy, you create your own. While they wait for someone to save them, you learn the tools that will set you free. Nobody sees the work before the success. They don't see the hundreds of hours spent mastering a single AI tool. They don't see the frustration of a render failing at 3 in the morning. They only see the end result and they call it luck. Let them. Your job isn't to convince them. Your job is to outwork them. Slowly the tide began to turn. A few more views, a comment from a stranger saying thank you. A subscriber count that finally moved off the 0. It wasn't a flood, it was a leak. But a leak is how the dam begins to break. I felt my mind getting stronger. The anxiety started to fade, replaced by a cold, sharp focus. I realized that financial freedom isn't just about the money in the bank. It is about the sovereignty of your time. It is about the ability to look at the world and say, I built this. AI is the bridge. It is the tool that allows the small to become great. It is the equalizer. The night is longest just before the dawn. I have seen the darkness. I have felt the doubt. And I have survived the silence. And now as I stand here watching the sun rise over the city, I realize that the mountain wasn't as high as I thought. It just required the first step, and then the next, and then the next. If you are at zero right now, don't look at the peak. Look at your hands. Look at your tools. Look at the time you have left. This is only the beginning. The world is waiting for what you are about to build. Build your future now.